Seniors, one vitamin that brings back leg strength and kills cramps fast. If you've been waking up in the middle of the night with painful leg cramps, or if climbing the stairs feels harder than it used to, you're not alone. Studies show that over 60% of adults over the age of 60 experience muscle weakness or cramping at least once a week. But here's the surprising part. In many cases, it's not because of aging itself, but because of a simple vitamin deficiency that creeps up slowly over the years. Most people don't even realize they're low on it until the symptoms get worse. Constant tightness in the calves, shaky legs when standing up, or sudden Charlie horse cramps that leave you frozen in pain. The good news is restoring. This vitamin isn't complicated, but it's not always about taking a pill. It's about knowing which foods, habits, and combinations actually allow your body to absorb it the right way. In today's video, we're going to count down from the fourth most important nutrient for leg health to the number one vitamin that can transform your strength and stop cramps in their tracks. And we'll start with something that might surprise you because many seniors avoid it, thinking it's bad, when in reality, it's the foundation for stronger legs. Number 4, vitamin D is often called the sunshine vitamin, but for seniors, it's more than just a mood booster. It's the gateway to stronger muscles and fewer cramps. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at converting sunlight into vitamin D, and many older adults spend more time indoors, which means their levels slowly drop without them even noticing. Low vitamin D has been linked in multiple studies, including research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, to muscle weakness, slower walking speed, and an increased risk of falls. One of the ways it affects your legs is by disrupting calcium balance inside the muscle cells. Without enough calcium where it's needed, your muscles can't contract and relax properly, leading to that sudden, tight, locked-up feeling that wakes you up at night. The problem is, even if you take calcium supplements, they won't help much if you're low on vitamin D, because this vitamin is what helps your intestines actually absorb calcium in the first place. Many seniors think they're getting enough vitamin D from a quick daily walk, but studies show that in northern climates, or during the winter, the sun isn't strong enough for your skin to make adequate amounts. That's why muscle cramps often seem worse in colder months. Foods like fatty fish, fortified milk, and egg yolks can help, but for many older adults, supplement paired with a blood test to check your exact level is the only way to bring levels into the optimal range of 30 to 50 ng per milliliter. Restoring vitamin D not only reduces cramps, but can also improve your balance, making it easier to stand from a chair, climb stairs, or walk longer distances without that shaky, unsteady feeling. Number 3, magnesium is often called the relaxation mineral. And for good reason. It's one of the most important elements for muscle health. Yet nearly half of all seniors are deficient without realizing it. This mineral works like a gatekeeper for your muscles, controlling how calcium and potassium move in and out of your muscle cells. When magnesium levels are low, calcium can flood into the cells and cause them to contract, but without enough magnesium to balance it, your muscles can't fully relax. That's why low magnesium is one of the most common hidden causes of stubborn leg cramps, especially those sharp, stabbing Charlie horse pains that can hit in the middle of the night. What makes magnesium deficiency even trickier is that it doesn't show up in obvious ways at first. You might notice small twitches in your calves, a restless feeling in your legs when lying down, or a tendency for your feet to cramp during a walk. Over time, those symptoms can escalate into constant tightness, muscle weakness, and even changes in your gait that increase the risk of falls. And here's something most people don't know. Common medications for seniors, like certain blood pressure drugs, diuretics, and even some acid reflux medicines, can quietly drain your magnesium levels over months or years. That means even if you think you're eating enough magnesium-rich foods, your body might not be holding on to it. The best natural sources of magnesium include dark leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard, nuts such as almonds and cashews, seeds like pumpkin and sunflower, and whole grains. But here's the catch. Our modern diets often strip these foods of their natural magnesium during processing. For example, white bread and polished rice have lost most of their mineral content, which is why whole grain versions are far better for muscle health, even with a good diet. Some seniors still need a magnesium supplement to reach the recommended 320 to 420 milligrams per day. But it's important to choose a form your body can absorb, like magnesium citrate or glycinate, rather than cheaper options like magnesium oxide, which can cause digestive upset and be poorly absorbed. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has shown that older adults who maintain healthy magnesium levels have significantly better muscle function, more stable walking speed, and far fewer nighttime cramps. In some cases, simply restoring magnesium reduced cramp frequency by over 50% in just a few weeks. And it's not just about stopping the pain. Magnesium also helps regulate nerve signals, meaning your reaction time and coordination can improve, reducing the likelihood of tripping or stumbling. I've heard countless stories from seniors who thought their leg cramps were just part of aging, only to discover that within a month of boosting magnesium, they could sleep through the night without that sudden, agonizing muscle lockup. For many, it's the difference between avoiding a walk in fear of pain and confidently enjoying daily movement again. Number 2. Potassium is often thought of as the banana mineral, but in reality, it's a powerhouse electrolyte that directly controls how your muscles contract and relax, and when your levels drop. Your legs are the first to let you know. This mineral works hand in hand with sodium to maintain proper fluid balance in your cells. Without enough potassium, nerve signals that tell your muscles to move can become weak or erratic, leading to sudden cramps, twitching, or a heavy, sluggish feeling in your legs. The trouble is, potassium deficiency, also known as hypokalemia, is far more common in seniors than most people realize, and it can creep up slowly over time. One major reason for this is the medications many older adults take. Diuretics, often prescribed for high blood pressure or heart conditions, are among the biggest culprits as they increase urination and flush potassium out of the body. Certain antibiotics, laxatives, and even some asthma medications can have a similar effect. Add to that the fact that aging kidneys become less efficient at balancing minerals, and you have the perfect recipe for a silent deficiency. The symptoms can be subtle at first: occasional calf cramps, a sense of leg weakness after standing for too long, or mild swelling in the ankles. But as potassium drops further, these can escalate to intense muscle spasms, severe fatigue, and even dangerous heart rhythm changes. Diet plays a role too, and here's where the misunderstanding comes in. Many seniors avoid potassium-rich foods like potatoes, avocados, or leafy greens because they've been told to watch their carbs or limit certain vegetables for unrelated health reasons. Others believe eating a banana a day is enough to cover their needs. But in truth, a single banana only contains about 10% of your daily potassium requirement. Adults over 60 should be aiming for roughly 2,600 to 3,400 milligrams of potassium daily. And that's difficult to achieve without a variety of sources. Beans, lentils, squash, spinach, and even yogurt are excellent additions that can make a significant difference. Scientific research backs this up. A study published in the journal Hypertension found that increasing potassium intake in older adults not only improved muscle performance but also helped reduce blood pressure and lower the risk of stroke. In another study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors with higher potassium intake had measurably better walking speed, leg strength, and balance compared to those with lower intake. I've seen cases where someone went from waking up with calf cramps several times a week to having none at all simply by making a conscious effort to eat potassium-rich meals daily. The key with potassium is balance. you can't just start taking high-dose supplements without guidance, because too much potassium can be dangerous for people with kidney problems or certain heart conditions. That's why it's always best to discuss with your doctor. Get your levels checked and focus first on building a potassium-rich diet that fits your overall health profile. When done right, restoring potassium can feel like turning back the clock on your leg strength, making walking, climbing stairs, and even standing for long periods far easier and more comfortable. Number 1. Vitamin B12 is the ultimate game changer when it comes to leg strength and stopping cramps fast. Yet, it's one of the most overlooked deficiencies in seniors. Unlike other vitamins that you can get easily from a wide range of foods, B12's absorption is a complex process that becomes less efficient as we age. This vitamin plays a critical role in producing red blood cells and maintaining healthy nerve function, both of which are essential for strong, coordinated muscles. Without enough B12, your body struggles to deliver oxygen-rich blood to your leg muscles, and your nerves can misfire, sending faulty or delayed signals. This leads to symptoms that can be easily mistaken for just getting older: tingling or numbness in the feet, burning sensations in the calves, unsteady walking, frequent cramps, and even muscle weakness so severe it feels like your legs might give out under you. One reason B12 deficiency is so common in people over 60 is the natural decline in stomach acid production. Stomach acid is needed to release B12 from food, so as acid levels drop, even a diet rich in B12 sources like meat, fish, and dairy may not be enough. Medications like proton pump inhibitors for acid reflux and metformin for type 2 diabetes can make this problem worse, quietly lowering B12 levels over months or years. That's why some seniors with leg weakness also notice cognitive changes, memory lapses, difficulty concentrating, or mood swings, because B12 is just as crucial for brain health as it is for muscles. Research paints a clear picture. Study published in Neurology found that older adults with low B12 levels walked significantly slower and had weaker grip strength compared to those with adequate levels. Another study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society showed that restoring B12 not only improved muscle power, but also reduced the frequency of nighttime cramps by more than 60% in just 8 weeks. The difference was so dramatic that participants described it as getting their legs back. Treatment is straightforward once deficiency is confirmed. And here's where it gets interesting. For mild deficiencies, high-dose oral supplements or fortified foods can help. But for more severe cases or those with absorption problems, B12 injections bypass the digestive system entirely, delivering the vitamin directly into the bloodstream. Many seniors report feeling more energetic, stable, and pain-free within weeks of starting injections. And unlike many other interventions, restoring B12 has a relatively quick turnaround because the body can store it in the liver, allowing levels to rise steadily with treatment. The impact of fixing a B12 deficiency goes beyond cramps and weakness. With stronger, better coordinated muscles, everyday activities like walking to the store, gardening, or climbing stairs become easier and safer. The risk of falls, a major concern for people over 60, drops significantly when nerve signals are firing properly and muscles respond without hesitation. I've heard countless real-life stories of seniors who are ready to give up on their daily walks or hobbies, only to regain confidence and independence after something as simple as correcting their B12 levels. If you've been struggling with persistent leg cramps, weakness, or balance issues, it's worth asking your doctor for a B12 test, especially if you're already taking medications that can deplete it. Sometimes, the solution to what feels like a complex, age-related problem is as simple as giving your body the one nutrient it's been missing for years. When it comes to restoring strength and stopping cramps, B12 truly deserves the #1 spot on this list. So now you know, leg cramps, weakness, and that shaky, unsteady feeling you may have been blaming on just getting older are often your body's way of waving a red flag for help. The truth is, our muscles, nerves, and circulation don't suddenly stop working because of age alone. They slow down when they're missing the fuel and building blocks they need. And the 4 nutrients we've talked about today are at the very heart of keeping your legs strong, stable, and pain-free. Vitamin D, magnesium, potassium, and vitamin B12 each play a different role. But together, they form a protective shield against cramps, weakness, and even dangerous falls. When one is missing, it can throw the entire system off balance, leaving you to struggle with symptoms that can steal your confidence and independence. I've seen too many people accept these changes as an unavoidable part of aging, when in reality, many have turned things around simply by identifying and correcting the specific deficiencies holding them back. Imagine going to bed without worrying if a cramp will jolt you awake. Imagine walking up the stairs without gripping the handrail for dear life. Imagine getting back to gardening, dancing, or simply taking a walk without that dragging heaviness in your legs. These aren't just dreams, they're possible outcomes. When you give your body the nutrients it's been quietly asking for. Of course, it's important to approach this wisely. Before you make any changes, talk to your doctor. Ask for the right blood test and get a clear picture of your current levels. That way, you're not guessing. You're targeting the exact areas where your body needs support. And remember, nutrition is about the long game. So the improvements might start subtly, maybe fewer cramps at night, or a bit more spring in your step. But over weeks and months, these small changes can add up to a massive difference in how you feel, move, and live your life. Here on Senior Book, I believe knowledge is power, and when it comes to our health after 60, it can be the difference between living cautiously and living fully. If this video helped you understand what might be causing your leg problems, share it with a friend or family member who's been struggling too. You never know, the solution they've been searching for could be as simple as a single missing vitamin. And now I want to hear from you. Have you ever discovered a nutrient deficiency that changed your health? Did fixing it improve your leg strength or stop cramps? Share your story in the comments. Your experience could inspire someone else to take the first step toward stronger, healthier legs. Because at the end of the day, aging may be inevitable, but feeling weak, unstable, or in pain doesn't have to be. Give your body the right support, and it will thank you every step of the way.